Hi guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, I'm Heather. Here on my channel, I love to talk about beauty and I really like to review lip products. I was sitting there thinking, what are my favorite lip products? And without a doubt, if I had to pick one lipstick for the rest of my life, this is a tricky one, but it would be a L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick. Don't get me wrong, I love NARS, I love MAC for lipsticks. There's so many that I enjoy using. But if you force me to use one lipstick, it would be Color Riche. I love the fact that they are still, thankfully, affordable at around £10. Actually, some of them might be under £10. And I just think that the formula is so luxe feeling on the lips. I was actually sent the most incredible PR parcel a few weeks ago and I just have to show you it because it really is something special, and inside are some of the most iconic Color Riche shades. They actually launched in 1985, and thinking about it, as I was growing up, my mum always wore L'Oreal lipsticks, and then when I was a young teenager, of course I loved Collection 2000, Rimmel, but then I really fell for L'Oreal. And for me, the Color Riche lipsticks are just so classic. The packaging is beautiful. There's a lot of things that I like about these lipsticks, which kind of puts them more. If you compared these to other drugstore lipsticks, I just think that these come out on top. They have the L'Oreal embossed on the bullet. I love the gold packaging. I just think it's beautiful. Each of the shade names are clearly labelled on the bottom. So when I'm storing my lipsticks, I store them like that and then I can quickly pick up the one that I want to use. And when these launched, they were launched as a caring lipstick. So before this, makeup was makeup and skincare was skincare. And what L'Oreal wanted to do was to create a lipstick which was amazing, but it also had some skin caring ingredients. So this has argan and lots of other caring oils. Today I will be sharing with you my top 5 L'Oreal Color Riche lipsticks. I've gone for a red, I've got quite a deep tone, and then some lovely nude and pinks. So there's a really nice selection, and I would say something for everyone. And that's a really good point actually, because if you look at the shade range in the Color Riche collection, they really do have something, I would say, for almost every skin tone. Right, let's get into it. The lip liner that I'm using today is from Rimmel London, and it's the Lasting Finish Lip Liner in 760 90s Nude. This looks great with so many different lip colours. The first lipstick that I'm going to try on is 505 New Resilient. I was watching Josie on YouTube and she said that she loves this lipstick, and I always like the way that she looks like she's wearing something on her lips, but it's not too much. And I love this. I would describe it as a perfect peachy nude. Definitely has a matte finish, but it feels very comfortable on the lips. It's hydrating. It's not like a normal matte lipstick. I find that a lot of matte lipsticks can be quite drying, but this one is beautiful. I see this as the perfect everyday nude. It's peachy, so it's great for spring, summer. And I think that this would look good on a lot of different people, whether you're blonde, brunette, it's gorgeous. I love my nude lip liners. However, when I'm wearing a red lipstick, I do find that I get the best results when I wear a lip liner which is very similar in colour. This one is from L'Oreal Paris and it's the Color Riche Le Lip Crayon in the shade 297 Red Passion. Now for the red that I love from Color Riche. This one is 125, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Maison Marais. I'll put it here. Sorry, despite the name La-Belle, I'm actually not very good at speaking French. It's this beautiful red. And let's pop it on. I would describe this one as more of a cream formula. It's so pigmented and bright. I really like it. I would say that the Color Riche lipsticks do have a certain scent to them. I would call it quite classic and traditional. To me, it's almost like a lilac floral scent. I was actually trying to find online what the fragrance is, but I couldn't find it. But I would say it's quite floral. Not overpowering though, very subtle. So that is 125. I'm actually going to go over again with the lip liner just to make sure that the edges are perfect. This lip liner is very smooth to apply. It's not super creamy like some lip liners. When you apply them, they are, you know, like really quite thick in texture. This one just goes on smoothly, and it really does a great job of keeping the lipstick in place. I would describe this shade as a classic red. They actually used to do a lipstick called British Red, and this is very similar in my opinion. This particular lipstick as well has such a nice shine to it. I do find with a lot of reds, if you go for a matte, obviously that has the staying power, but it can feel quite drying. But then likewise, if you go for a formula which is very hydrating, perhaps it has more of a balmy texture, that can slide around all over your face. And I know that one of the reasons that people perhaps wouldn't wear a red is because they're worried about smudging it or it not looking the way that it should. I found with this lipstick, close up, that once I apply it, it really does stay in place. Now, I would say as a general rule for all of the Colour Riche lipsticks, these are not billed as extreme long wearing. And what I mean by that is if I apply one of these in the morning and I'm going out for the day, I would definitely pop it in my handbag, and then I would reapply after drinking, eating. You might just want to reapply it anyway. The formula does feel, as I've mentioned, very hydrating, but this isn't one of those lipsticks when you pop it on in the morning, you don't need to worry about it. You will find yourself, if you want to keep it looking really fresh, reapplying throughout the day. They're really easy to remove. I'm just using a wet wipe here. The next shade that I'm applying is 1980. This is a beautiful red, but it definitely pulls a little bit brown. And I would describe the finish of this one as cream. I wore this one on my Instagram recently, and so many people said that they really liked it. And it's a colour that I probably wouldn't have chosen myself, but now that I see it on, I think that it is really pretty. And it's just so nice sometimes to discover a new shade. I'm so drawn to reds. I love red lipstick, and then I love like a pinky nude. But like when I went ahead and got that peachy nude, I also really like that one. So yeah, just because you think something doesn't suit you, I do think it's nice sometimes with beauty just to give different colours a go. And that's the thing about makeup, it's not permanent, so we can have fun with it. So here is 1980. If I had to describe the shade in one word, it would be striking. It really is unlike any other lipstick that I own. Next up is the shade 173. As you can see, this one is very well loved. And this one is a little bit different actually, because it's got this lovely design on the front. And then the actual shape of the lipstick bullet is different. If you have a similar colouring to me, then I urge you to try this, because for me, this is like the perfect pinky nude. This one feels really light on the lips. It's hydrating, and I'll come a bit closer. I just love it. This is one of those lipsticks that I can pop in my handbag, and even when I haven't got a mirror, I can just apply it a little bit, and it makes my lips feel nice and moisturised, but also it does give me that nice colour. Yeah, for me, this is just a perfect lipstick. I also do sometimes apply this with a much darker lip liner for more of a 90s look. But today I did just ironically use the Rimmel 90s Nude, which is a lot lighter. Okay, so that is 173. It's funny because watching this on camera, it doesn't seem to do a lot for my complexion, but in real life, it's incredible. This is the final shade that I want to show you today. It's 256 Blush Fever. And this is definitely the most pink of the shades that I own. And actually, speaking of popping a lipstick in your handbag, this one has been in my handbag for weeks. And it has a different finish to the others that I really like. This one has more of a, I would say, a shimmer. I don't want to go as far as to say frost, because it's definitely not frosty. It's very flattering, and because it is quite high shine and it's got that let's call it shimmer. I mean, it's not glittery or anything like that, but it does seem to make my lips look a little bit fuller. This particular one, I think you can see even by how shiny it is in the tube, it feels incredibly hydrating. So 256 Blush Fever. I was actually given this one to try by L'Oreal, and when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that's pretty, but I probably won't wear it that often. I was wrong. I wear this a lot. It really is a stunning lipstick. I haven't really worn a lipstick with this finish since the early 2000s, but this is honestly one of my favourites. I was actually just thinking about growing up and the colour Riche lipsticks that I loved. I remember when Eva Longoria, this was probably about 20 years ago now, they had a series of colour Riche lipsticks with different celebrities, and Eva Longoria had one, and I believe it was called Eva's Nude. I'll see if I can find a picture. And it was this brown, but it had like a slight iridescence to it, and it was beautiful. If they could bring that one back, I would love it. And then when I was in my 20s, I was obsessed with this one particular shade, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'm going to have to try and do a little bit of research. It was a red, but again, it was quite shimmery and it was beautiful. People would actually, in my old job, they would stop me when I was talking and say, what lipstick are you wearing? So I must have sold so many of those colour Riche lipsticks back in the day. But yeah, I'll try and find a picture of the shade, because I know it's discontinued, because a few years ago I went onto Amazon and I thought I'm going to try and find it, and yeah, I could see the picture of it. Maybe that's how I'm going to find it, but I do think it's been discontinued. Before I forget, this is my fragrance of the day. It's from Mugler. Oh, it's Alien Extra Intense, and this one I would say is quite heavy on the tuberose. There's vanilla, there's jasmine. It's a sexy fragrance and one that I love. I do hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Do you have a favourite lipstick that I have applied today? And also, do you have a favourite L'Oreal Colour Riche lipstick that I need to try? Please write me a comment, because I'm always on the lookout for new shades. It would mean so much to me if you could like and subscribe. I hope that you have a lovely day, whatever it is you're doing, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.